Slobby Robby. I'm the owner of Generation Cool, the dopest 80s and 90s vintage store in the universe. We deal exclusively with 1980s and 1990s vintage. No one's touched them.
Band ones and their dead stock.
What it is, what it ain't, man. Hype Up TV right here with the fashionista, the owner of Generation Cool, the Netflix star, Slobby Robby's Slobby's World, man. How we living, man?
We're living super well, super 12 out of 10, you know what I mean?
I hear that, I hear that. So we got you out here in Seattle doing it big, man. Gonna ask you a few questions. So what is your favorite brand of all time?
MCM.
All day long?
And then Polo.
And then Polo?
Then Nike.
So what really had you getting started to be able to open Generation Cool and then get the Netflix series about you in your store? How did that come about?
Just being mad charming and mad intelligent, you know what I mean? And, you know, just at the end of the day, you know, having fun.
Gotcha.
Really, like, that's all we try to do. I started as a collector. I'll always be a collector. And that's what it is about to me, is having fun and kind of collecting the things that you're interested in, you know what I mean?
Gotcha. And what about vintage gear is so appealing to you?
I like all gear. I guess the gear I grew up with became vintage, and that was de facto. So I had to roll with it, you know what I mean? Like a wheel.
Gotcha, gotcha. So what is your holy grail sneaker then?
Oh shit. Air Force One, fucking gray and white, you know what I mean? Like OG Air Force One, New York City, 1985 shit, you know?
Gotcha.
No, I don't know. I don't know what my grail sneaker is. Probably my own sneaker that I'm gonna design for Nike myself.
Okay.
Yeah, that's probably
sweet.
it, yeah.
So, and I know you've had, you know, some run-ins with 2J Kicks, who's a huge sneakerhead, has his own store in Vegas and everything like that. Man, how'd that relationship start?
Oh, wow. Well, to be real, he came up to me at SneakerCon in LA when it was the BET experience back in like 2014, 2015. And I'll be real as fuck. That happened because that was my, he just came up to me on some like super respectful homie shit and told me he was a big fan of the shop. And that was like super organic, and we just became friends at the BET experience. Honestly, I had no idea who he was, but I was like, who's this dude who's buying all the Yeezys at every sneaker convention I go to? But honestly, out of like full-blown respect and kindness, he came up to me, and we became friends ever since. So just really because of his effort and his initiative, we met, and it was cool as fuck.
Gotcha. And I've also seen that you've had the legendary DMC from the legendary hip-hop group Run DMC as well. How did that happen for you?
Oh shit, Daryl Mack? That's like
legend.
You mean the first famous rapper ever? You mean the first GOAT ever, DMC? No, you know, I met DMC through a mutual friend, and we just became friends, and he even texted me a Slobby Robby rap at like 1 in the morning, which must have been like 4 in the morning for him. So I got to give him some credit, man. That's possibly, you guys talk about your top 5 rappers, and nobody talks about DMC.
That's crazy.
Or Run DMC in general, so no big deal, but DMC might be the G-O-D, which is more important than the G-O-A-T, you know what I mean?
Gotcha. So last question for you, man. What kind of advice can you give someone who wants to start their own store to be successful or be a collector just like you? What kind of advice can you give them?
No, there's no advice. The only advice in the world is to be yourself and have fun and trust your instincts, trust that little feeling at the bottom of your stomach, and you know what I mean? Wipe your butt, wash your hands, you know what I mean? Follow all the rules along the way. All jokes aside, no rules, be yourself. And at the end of the day, when you wake up the next morning, do whatever you want that makes you happy that particular day. That's the key. That's the key, that's the key, that's the key.
There you have it, man. That is Slobby Robby right here, man. Doing it up. Make sure you follow him on all handles. He's the man, man. Hype Up TV, we out.